Yeah, we got more Diddy updates today. I know it's been a minute, but you know, I was waiting on new developments to happen. Now, recently, y'all know the last video we did was with Jaguar Wright. She was on Piers Morgan, the Piers Morgan show, and she was discussing everything as it relates to Diddy and all the updates. And then she brought it up to speed with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Since then, Jay-Z and Beyonce sent that cease and desist, but it's raising some eyebrows. Really raising some eyebrows. Let's see what Piers Morgan had to say in his apology.
Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Now, many people are saying this is a little suspicious from Jay-Z because, you know, he hasn't been responding to anything and hasn't responded or hasn't come out and made any statements since the whole Diddy situation has happened. And his name has been popping up quite a bit. Jaguar Wright has mentioned him plenty of times, but yeah, it wasn't until he was able to get on Piers Morgan that would happen, because you know you got all these different platforms, YouTube and all these other things where you can't really sue, but then you get on a platform like Piers Morgan. Yeah, but it's raising some eyebrows. Let me read the comments real quick. Y'all got to see the comments on this. So it says, y'all know it's a whole lot of spam comments too lately on X. I hate that. That's so annoying. You got to get through all the ads. Somebody says it will all come back to haunt them. There always is a beginning and an end. This is how God designed the world. Whatever goes around comes around. God will finish this soon. No matter how hard these people try to hide and cover up and run from the truth of light will only catch up to them faster and faster until they cannot hide anymore, cover up anymore, and run from the truth anymore. It's inevitable. It's only a matter of time. Excuse me. They say if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, you know what I mean? Look like a duck. I'll just say that a lot of people are in panic mode when they feel like they're about to get caught. Now, I'm not saying that I know for a fact Jay-Z and Beyonce have any involvement in anything. I have no hardcore proof to make that claim and nothing like that. I'm just generalizing it based on everything that we see going on in Hollywood, okay? But yeah, bold statements. You know, I wonder why they ain't try to sue Jaguar Wright in previous accounts. You know, no cease. Y'all do the cease and desist, or y'all, you know, send that up there to Piers Morgan, but y'all ain't doing nothing to Jaguar Wright. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's the only observation I'm just saying. And anyhow, now we won't be able to play all of this. Shout out to TPV Sean. That's his name on X as well. Make sure y'all go check him out ASAP. He has an 18-minute video. We're probably only gonna play maybe about 10 minutes, maybe. And I gotta give him his props on his research. This is about Oprah. It says Oprah purchased sickening Diddy tape of underage Justin Bieber being, yeah.
Terrified, traumatized, destroyed. Those were some of the words Justin Bieber used to describe his experience of growing up in the entertainment industry, surrounded by sharks, predators, and open Luciferians. Friends of Justin Bieber warn that he's deeply distressed, as the most traumatic experience of his life is now being exploited for profit, without his consent and at his expense. It's a total nightmare, said the insider. He feels like he was victimized years ago and now is being victimized yet again. If this footage gets out, it will follow him for life. It will be on the internet forever. To make matters worse for Bieber, he's been trying for years to speak out about the abuse he endured at the hands of powerful industry people, but the mainstream media has consistently shut him down. Diddy was Bieber in front of the world, even warning Bieber on Jimmy Kimmel's show not to talk about the things he did with Big Brother Puff. The warning signs were flashing red, and nobody stepped in to save Justin.
Got me a Lamborghini.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Fast forward a few years, and instead of being heard, his voice was silenced by the media industry, leaving him to cope with the trauma of his past. He now carries the heavy burden of knowing that despite his efforts, he is powerless to stop these predators from targeting the next generation of child stars.
It was hard for me.
And that's crazy because he was right there in his face, right? But the way that Diddy phrased it made it seem like, you know, like just innocent, like, oh yeah, you know, you don't talk about that type of stuff, you know what I mean? Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, almost like it was some Hollywood mystery curtain or something like that back then. That's what it really seemed like before the rise of social media. But it's just sad to know he literally went through all of this and is having to relive through it.
For me, being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone, you know, telling me they love me and, you know, just turn their back on you in a second. People take for granted encounters, and I don't wish that upon anybody.
After the disturbing new allegations about Diddy emerged in the aftermath of Cassie's lawsuit, reports indicate that Justin's mom, Patty, is allegedly starting to question Diddy's relationship with Justin. Sources close to Patty suggest that she is unsure how to approach this sensitive subject with Justin. Reportedly, Patty feels a considerable amount of guilt for letting him go with Usher and Diddy in the early stages of his career.
You should. Where are the parents? The parents need to be coming out talking about their involvement in this.
Bieber has been warning us for years that Pizzagate is real, and powerful figures in the music industry are raping child stars and murdering babies and children. Unfortunately, the mainstream media took away Bieber's voice, silencing him to protect the perpetrators. And so very few people get to hear his warnings. Back in 2016, Bieber came forward naming Diddy as a powerful industry. But instead of investigating these serious claims, the mainstream media went into full damage control, protecting Diddy and painting Bieber as a troubled, mentally unstable young man. In a heartfelt confession to his church congregation in Beverly Hills, Bieber revealed the disturbing truth that the music industry is controlled by evil pedophiles, and child stars are forced into degrading and dehumanizing sexual encounters with elite figures, including powerful politicians. Bieber has been trying to warn us ever since about the real nature of the entertainment industry. Fast forward to 2020, and Bieber released his Yummy music video, where he's dining with a group of elites. Bieber posted photos of babies and pizza on his Instagram back then to promote his single Yummy. Make no mistake, this is Pizzagate, and Justin is blowing the whistle. Now compound all of this with the disturbing truth coming out against Diddy, and the fact that he was pals with Epstein's alleged victim turned child Rachel Handler. Don't forget, Kanye West told us years ago that Diddy was a fed.
And the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public.
Yeah, I remember when Kanye West was saying this and everybody, you know, saying he was crazy. And even at the time, I didn't know where it stemmed from. I just knew that he was saying something that, you know, he couldn't really elaborate on. But when he said that Diddy was a fed, it definitely hit different.
And I didn't have the address of my child. None of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
Gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that, and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my coat car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me.
Aaron Carter was another victim of Diddy and industry executives, and he reached out to Kanye following his rant about Diddy being a fed. This tweet dropped right as Kanye was calling Diddy out, and Aaron Carter ended up dead 2 days later. The elite are hiding their depravity in plain sight. There is no such thing as coincidences when it comes to protecting the elite ring. Shortly before his death, Aaron Carter revealed the feds attempted to get him to set up Michael Jackson, while covering up the crimes of their partner in crime, Sean Diddy Combs.
I get back to the Sheraton Hotel at Universal over here. There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me in the hotel room. And my mom's there and she's like, tell them what happened. And I'm like, what do you mean tell them what happened? And I sit down with them and they all ask these super sexually exploiting, questions, back-sided questions. And I knew that at my age already. And I looked at all 4 of them and I said, are y'all crazy? I said, what you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money? That's what I told him. I was like, you're crazy. And I looked over at my mom and I was like, are you serious, Mom? I was like, what is going on here? Why are you letting this happen? And she goes, well, I think something happened. I think something. I'm like, really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving, everything you can think of.
It sure isn't looking good for the elite like Diddy running the entertainment industry. According to an industry...
That's a shame, man. These child stars having to endure this level of exploitation from their parents. Honestly, where's Justin Bieber's parents? Where is Aaron Carter's parents? Why aren't they being held accountable in the public eye? They're just as much of... they're just as guilty as a Diddy or as any of these Hollywood elite pedophiles. You know what I mean? This is beyond me. Y'all still haven't got to the Oprah, how this all relates to Oprah. So we're going to be watching this for a little while. We less than 2.5 minutes away from the 10 minute mark. But I'm going to let him get to the point and then, we'll evolve from this.
Whistleblower, Oprah is actually the world's most prolific pimp. And the walls are closing in on her too. Oprah is a Luciferian who's been hiding in plain sight while making a fortune, servicing the public needs of Hollywood and the entertainment industry elite. She's far from the only one. Luciferianism is the religion a young up-and-coming star must adopt if they wish to succeed in Hollywood or the music industry.
For the sake of YouTube, please listen. All of this is claims right now, okay? For the sake of YouTube. I personally can't prove none of this information. We're just having a conversation, deciphering all the information that we have. Okay, YouTube? That's it.
As Cat William warns, 2024 is the year when the darkness is finally being exposed, and the industry elite are being served up with justice. A whistleblower from Oprah's inner circle has come forward, revealing the truth about her crimes and issuing a warning. The authorities are closing in on her as we speak.
As someone who has worked closely with Oprah for years, I can no longer hold my peace. The truth is far darker than anyone realizes. Behind her carefully constructed image, she's been running an evil empire. For years, she's been pimping out young, ambitious young stars to the most repulsive industry executives, preying on their desire for success by offering them up to these in charge. These vulnerable young people, many of them just starting out, are promised fame and fortune, but in reality, they are lost and naive young kids. Recently, she took things to an even more disturbing level. She purchased the infamous sex tape featuring Diddy and some of his victims, including a young Justin Bieber, who I can confirm was not a willing participant.
Shout out to TPV Sean. Now, when you provide claims like this, I would love to have seen more, evidence or sources and things of that nature. But this is one big allegation so far to me. I don't have no proof or anything about her being arrested or any of these claims. So that's all I got right now. I'm trying to read some comments. Is it true that she belongs in prison? Let me see. I can't wait for justice to be served. So maybe we just gotta find some proof, y'all. But this is the claims that's been surrounding Diddy as of late, and I'll bring you the next update as soon as I have it.